Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi Otts here. Thursday morning, and we have a special Thursday think tank where we're all going to be thinking about who we want to draft in a fantasy WNBA league. This will be the second year that ESPN has offered fantasy WNBA. They did it last year for the first time, and I didn't even know they did it last year. I would have played. Well, we're catching that train this year. The games start tomorrow, so we need to do this draft today. I've set up the room. So if you're in, the 10 teams are already set. We have two divisions. We, the North Division, Jurassic Park Division, 5 teams in each conference or division, whatever you want to say. And, we will play over the whole season head to head. The first week of the season, I am playing against Tom Duke. So, Tom Duke, it's you versus me, our stat teams against each other. And then everybody else, all the other teams, play against each other also. Now, if you could go into the draft room right now, that would be great. You can go in there and you could actually see where you're going to draft. Nako is picking first. Bradley will be picking second. Then we have Edmund picking third. MK picking fourth. Then it's going to be Tom Duke at fifth. Cool Cat at six. Monique at seven. David Saborin at eight. Fiercey Salsera picks ninth. And I pick last, y'all. But I get to pick twice because I'm on the turn. And Tom Duke is in the chat. I see you. Let's go, Raptor Freaks. All right, yeah, there's the place, and you can see the queue. We're going to start in about 13 minutes or so. I see that a few of you are already in here. I can see it indicates that Cool Cat is in the draft room. Nako the Nacho is in the draft room, and so is Tom Duke. So, yes. Welcome to the WNBA draft, y'all. All right, before we start, let me take care of the news and notes first before we get into the heat of the draft. All right, so really cool footage yesterday of Rico Hines coaching at the NBA Combine. That he was getting to coach one of the teams of these rookies coming in for the draft. So it's very, very cool. And he was designated, as Monique posted last night, as the Raptors assistant head coach. Once again, clarifying and very much telling us that Rico is a part of our plans for next season. The fact that he is head coaching at the NBA Combine, these scrimmages right now. They have 5-man scrimmages going on at the Combine. And Rico Hines was one of the coaches. Very, very cool stuff to see from Rico. Of course, last night, the Miami Heat taking game one against the Boston Celtics. Nako saying, I remember commenting at some point, 2023 champs, Miami Heat. I'm starting to feel good, real good about that comment, though I think the Nuggets are winning this year. Man, this is awesome. I love seeing both Boston and the Lakers lose the opening games of the conference finals. This is fantastic. Listen, the Miami Heat came back a bit last night to get this win into enemy territory in Boston. Kyle Lowry, fantastic second quarter, scoring like 12 points, almost all of his points in the second quarter. And then the second half, Jimmy Butler taking over and making sure his team wins against the Celtics. It is really going to be who wants it more. Now, the things like the coaching battle in the last round, Doc Rivers versus Joe Mazzulla, that was Doc Rivers winning that battle, but the talent of the Boston team and the will of the Boston team overwhelmed the Philadelphia 76ers in a way. But if it's going to be a coaching battle in these conference finals, look out, Joe M, because Eric Spoelstra will have your number. Trust me, he will out-coach you in circles, bro. And yeah, this is looking real good. Like the dog of Jimmy and Kyle could carry them all the way to the finals this year. I would love to see old big butt Kyle hoist that Larry O'Brien once again. It'd be so awesome. Now, there is game 2 of the Western Conference Finals tonight, and I've got your referee crew real quick. Let's go over it. Tony Brothers is the crew chief in Denver for game 2 of Lakers versus Nuggets. He favors the Nuggets, y'all. He is a Laker hater, and he really does love the Nuggets way more than the Lakers. It's not even close. So he very much is a Laker hater. This is true. Laker fans don't like Tony Brothers because they know he don't like them. And David Guthrie and Brian Forte are the other two refs. Now, the other two refs favor the Lakers. So Tony Brothers favoring the Nuggets tonight. Meanwhile, David Guthrie and Brian Forte historically favor the Lakers. In fact, David Guthrie really likes the Lakers, and there may be a real counterbalance between Tony Brothers and David Guthrie in the ref crew tonight. So just so you know, there's your ref crew for the game tonight, the Western Conference Finals, game 2 Let's see what happens in that one. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else y'all are saying in the comments real quick. Tom Duke's saying Joe and Jimmy have that desire. They have that desire. That's right. Joker. He meant Joker. Joker and Jimmy. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like to see. I'm really impressed with Jokic in this playoffs. As much as I'm not impressed with Embiid, I am like doubly impressed with Jokic. Like this is crazy. If they win the championship, he is really the best player in the NBA. He really, really, really is. I think some people are already saying he's the best player in the NBA, but if he wins the championships, he for damn sure is. That's for sure. Tom Duke is saying, let's go, Team West Coast Raptors. That's right. Team West Coast Raptors is in the draft room. Let's go look in the draft room again, see who's here. Okay, MK has entered the draft. Good to see MK in the draft with us. Yeah, Tom Duke has left and come back a few times. So yeah, we'll get ready. They're going to be 90 seconds for each draft. So don't get too crazy. Once again, we don't really know too much about the WNBA, most of us. Some of us may. So, the auto draft, if you get a draft pick that you just pick because the auto pick picks it, it may not be too bad because honestly, they may know more than we do at this point as far as like my knowledge, at least the WNBA. This is why I'm doing this, to get a basic knowledge of all the players in the league and kind of get the landscape. Yeah. All right. Let me see what else y'all are saying in the chat. Tom's saying, not gonna lie, I will be using the list provided for sure. For sure. And if you just want to take the top one off the list, that's fine. You may want to look into whether they've been, injured or cut or something like that. This is crazy. The WNBA is super, super competitive. The number one pick from 2021 got cut, waived from their team this week. The number one pick from just 3 years ago did not survive in the league past 3 years because there's limited spots, and maybe some of the symptoms that are happening with the NBA are happening with the WNBA in a way too, where people come in, they think they make it, and they don't work hard. I watched the 2-hour interview between DeMar DeRozan and Paul George that's circulating all the clips last night, and what they say about the NBA and the percentage of guys that aren't trying, that don't really care, that are there just to collect checks is really disappointing and sad. But you can see the frustration in Paul George and DeMar DeRozan when they talk about it. That interview was fantastic. I did not realize that DeMar DeRozan almost went to FSU, but he didn't go to Florida State because he was scared of hurricanes. That's what he said on there. Yeah. And he also talked about how Sam Cassell taught him the pump fake. There's a very, very good interview, that Paul George interview with DeMar DeRozan. They are very close. I had no realization that Paul George and DeMar DeRozan had such an entwined history from when they were kids and playing in high school around the LA area. So yeah, there's a really, really good interview with Paul George and DeMar DeRozan. Lots of Raptor content in there because he talks about playing for Toronto. He talks about his favorite time in the whole time he's played was when he played for us. He really does say that. And he says that when he was in Toronto was the best time of his career. And he really, really did really cherish and love his time on the Raptors. So, yeah, this is a cool interview. DeMar's such a cool dude. He has the right perspective on things. He said at one point, I would have really loved to come back and play for LA or for one of the teams, but I'm over it now. If I never come back to Los Angeles and play for my hometown team, it's not the end of the world. I don't really care, is what he said. So, yeah, this draft is going to start at 9:45. So we got 7 minutes. If you are in the draft and you are drafting in this draft, please enter the draft room on ESPN's website. We'll be playing this through ESPN. Yeah, cool stuff. Great stuff. Yeah. All right, let me see what else I can talk to you guys about. Let's see. Scotty Barnes putting on blast on Twitter his skills to pay the bills. The STC Canada, the skills trade company that he represents. We know he did commercials for last year. He was putting on blast the winners of the Future Builders Scholarship powered by Scotty Barnes and STC Canada. And there's a few individuals there, and they're getting noticed. And that's awesome. I love seeing Scott supporting such a great cause. And it really is a big deal. People should be getting more into trades because trades are needed. For a while, everybody said you just have to go to university. A lot of times you can go to university and get a useless degree. But if you go to a trade school, you will get a very useful degree. That's for sure. So, Scotty, you keep your work with your linkages to the trade school here in Canada. Really good work. I love it. Cool Cat's saying, good morning, Raptor Free Crew. Coach Rico Hines is our eyes and ears all at the draft, up close and personal. Our Groat showing the championship experience. Yes. And yes, I love both of them. That's right, Cool Cat. That's a good point. Rico gets to see them firsthand. Although I've heard that most of the top prospects are not involved in these scrimmages. They almost all of them opted out. It's like they came and did the time stuff, the stuff for the combine, as far as the measuring of the height, jump, and all that kind of stuff, lateral movement. But they opted out of playing in the 5-on-5s because in some ways it could look bad. Those kind of situations can make them look bad. So I'm hearing that only one of the prospective first round picks is actually participating in the scrimmages. Pretty much everybody else is out, like Zach Eddy, Leonard Miller. All these people are not participating in these scrimmages. But I love seeing Rico. It says it's his first head coaching job in the NBA, the graphic on there. And I love that. Who knows? Who knows? I don't think Rico's going to be our head coach next year. But what if? That'd be weird. That'd be really weird if all of a sudden it's just Rico. We went and interviewed all these people, but Rico Hines is the new head coach of the Toronto Raptors. What? Wait, what? That would be really weird. Yeah, and I love what Kyle's doing. You know, it's so funny to listen to Miami Heat Nation right now. If you are a true Raptor freak and a huge Raptors fan, and you saw this trade since it went and happened, the one with Precious and Kyle, and how it's gone the last couple of years, the way Miami talked about Kyle, and we see what's happened now. Yeah. It's so fun to hear how they've changed their opinions about him so quickly. I love it. It's kind of like our fan nation at times too. Fiercey's here. Good to see Fiercey. Good morning, fam. Happy Thursday. Glad Rico is still with us. Happy Kyle represented yesterday. Amazing. Let's get another W tonight, Nuggets. I'm with you, Fiercey Salsera. Let's go, Jokic in Denver. You do it. MSJ saying Boston. I still think they might win, but would be great to see Lowry in the finals. Well, we'll have to see. It looks like Miami handled them pretty good, and you do want to jump on them right away. You know, that Boston crowd is not having fun these playoffs. Their record at home is really weird in the last few years. They lose a lot in their home court in the playoffs. Boston does. It's like they're choke artists in their own home. It's really weird. And I know we are also because of the way we lost to Detroit, to Chicago. Yeah. Mike saying, salute the real ones, Project Truth, always respect. Respect to you, Mike. Always happy to see you, Logical Raptors fanatic. Check out his channel on YouTube. Randolph Phillips is here. Good morning, beloved Raptor freaks, most informative gang. Blessings on all. I'm here to be informed, fam. Well, today, Randolph, we're doing a draft, fantasy WNBA draft. And I don't know if you guys can come in and look if you're not actually in the league with us that are playing, but you're going to get to see a draft very soon. In the next 2.5 minutes, it's going to be starting up. Monique is here. Good morning, everyone. The draft combine, very interesting. Good morning to you, Monique. Now, make sure you guys, if you're not in the draft room yet, go to ESPN and go in there and check in. Monique, I see that you have not checked in there yet. So if you could go to ESPN and open up the draft room, you can come on in. David Saborin is in the draft room, I see. He has showed up. He's ready to get down and dirty in the draft. He's got the 8th pick. So, yeah, let's see what happens here. Bradley. We're missing Bradley and Edmund. And looks like Fiercey, you could get into the draft room also because we are going to start in less than 2 minutes. Just so y'all know, the warning is out. We're starting the draft in less than 2 minutes. So go to ESPN.com and go to our league home on WNBA. You can find it somewhere in there. I think I can send you guys a link. Let me see if I can do it through here. I want y'all to get into that room and get your draft picks picked yourself. I mean, if you do it auto, it's fine too. Let's see. Mike is saying, I'm liking how the game ones went. Murray and Lowry for the win. That's right, Mike. Me too. And they're going the way I like them too. Cool Cat saying, I'm supporting Denver Nuggets because we get Jamal Murray on the team. It would be nice for LeBron to get a 5th ring, but Denver deserves it, working hard these last years, and Jokic showing MVP skills. Denver has never tasted an NBA championship, and they would if they won. That'd be awesome. And MSJ saying, too busy in life to deal with their draft idea, but good luck to everyone. Seems like WNBA expansion is the next step. They're still 10 million in the red each year, but maybe profitable one day. Well, maybe Toronto will help turn that around for them. I mean, we look like we generated some economics for them on Saturday. That's for sure. And Monique saying Becky totally out of the coaching picture. She spoke yesterday. Okay. Yeah, I did see a quote where she said she's not worried about those other jobs or anything. She has to just focus on the aces. This season's starting tomorrow, and this draft is starting in 15 seconds, y'all. So let's get in there and get going. Team Nako is picking first. So let's see what happens. 1 second on the clock. Let's see what happens with. Oh, there's the noise. Da, 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 da. All right, he's on auto pick because he's actually driving to work. Let's see if he just goes with the first pick off the top and takes Brianna Stewart of the New York Liberty. That is the prospective #1 pick in the league. Brianna plays 31.6 minutes per game and has pretty good stats. There's only 7 stat categories in this league, so just so you know, there'll be 7 categories. You win 4 out of the 7 categories, then you've won your matchup for the week. That's really how it goes, guys. So that's, we're just going to see how it goes. I've never played WNBA fantasy, so this will be a little new. I've played regular fantasy basketball, so of course, that'll help, but it's not going to be totally different. It's the same because I don't know these players as well. And I don't have a history of background on knowing these players too much. I should know them better, honestly. Okay, Nako's, I know he's in the car on his way to work. He said he wanted to wait till 10:10, but he's just going to probably let it go auto, and he's just going to run his clock out. And then Bradley will be on the clock. And Bradley's not in here, I don't think. Bradley, if you're here, you need to go to the website and get in the draft room. Ta-da! Get in there, Bradley, and get in there and get ready to pick because you're coming up on the clock as pick number 2. All right, let's see what happens. It's very close to when Gerald's time is running out. As I said, there's 90 seconds for each pick. He has taken Aja Wilson. So he has bypassed Brianna Stewart. He's gone ahead and got the MVP of the finals last year, the big center forward for the Las Vegas Aces, Aja Wilson, first pick in the draft by Nako the Nacho. I can't disagree with that. She's a player that I know is dominant in the league. She just won the championship. She's coached by Becky Hammond, and she is a phenomenal player. So yeah, I can't. That's no slouch right there. Getting Aja the first draft. I would have probably picked Aja with the first draft. So there you go, Gerald. You put them in the queue and you got them. Let's see what happens with Bradley. All right. I wish that let me see if we can get some other people in here. We got everybody in here. Monique, I'm not seeing you in here yet. Just so you know, you got a little bit of time because you're pick number 7. But if you could enter the draft, and then Edmund and Bradley are not here. So maybe what it'll do is it'll sense that they are not normally here and they'll auto pick them until they show up. So we'll have to see. Fiercey's jumping in and out of the room. I like it. Good stuff. All right, let's see. Yeah, you picked Aja as well. Well, you're not in the first. You're not picking yet. You have to wait. You're actually not picking until you're picking right before me. It's only Gerald who got Aja, the first pick of the draft. So yeah, it keeps disconnecting. Ooh, I don't like that. Yeah, Fiercey picks at 9. So it's all good. Okay, Brianna Stewart is the pick for Bradley. So went ahead and got the leading scorer in the league, I believe. Brianna Stewart for the New York Liberty. All right, now we have Edmund on the clock. I maybe the kind of thing where once it goes through, and if people have not picked in their first round, it may go to auto pick. So we'll see. Hopefully, it won't go too long like this because we may just have to do this for the first couple picks. So the next person on the draft top pick is Nafisa Collier of the Minnesota Lynx. She was just here in Toronto last Saturday playing in the WNBA game. I believe she had a pretty good game. I think she was one of the top players for the Lynx in that game, one of the top scorers. So we'll see if it stays true to it. And Nafisa Collier will be on Edmund's Team Sizzle. We'll see. All right. And then MK, you're going to be picking right after that. And then we've got Tom Duke, Cool Cat. Those are the next 3 picks after this pick by Race Mode Daily. Race Mode Daily picking right now. We'll see. I made it 90 seconds just so you guys would have enough time to kind of get it together, but maybe that may have been a bad idea just because of the some of the people that are absent. We'll have to see. Maybe it'll go to auto pick after the first time that they don't pick. Okay. So it did just auto pick Collier from Minnesota to Edmonds team. MK is on the clock, and MK, you can pick whenever you would like to. No rush, though. You have the full 90 seconds. Okay, MK has taken Sabrina Ionescu of the New York Liberty. Not a bad pick. Oh, I see DeAr DeRozan's face on Tom Duke's logo there. West Coast Raptor Tom Duke. Let's see where he goes. He did go ahead and get Brittany Griner. I love it. I love it, Tom. I love that pick. I would have picked Brittany myself. Okay, and Cool Cat is right away getting Jonquel Jones of the Liberty. Lots of Liberty players going so far. Now we have Monique on the clock. Monique, you're in there. It's your choice. There's quite a few different ladies there. I do know something about Kelsey Plum, who is out as far as with her injury. She's also the one who's saying fuck Toronto all the time, y'all, just so you know. She's the one who's saying whenever Coach Hammond's phone buzzes or there's a text, she says under her breath in practice, fuck Toronto, because she doesn't want her to leave. So just so y'all know, that's who's saying it. Kelsey Plum. Yeah, she's one of the best three-point shooters in the league, actually, Kelsey. But we'll have to see what happens. Monique, are you able to get into the draft? You're in. Okay, it's your pick. It's on you. It's all on you here. Okay, let's see. Brittany is Tom's pick. I love it. I love it, Tom. Good pick, man. I really do like it. Monique, you got in? Are you all right? Let's see which one she picks. She's got under 30 seconds. You know, if you take the lady from the Atlanta Dream, Ryan Howard, that doesn't seem like a bad pick. Like all these players are getting 30 minutes per game. And if they're averaging, over 10 points, these are all like she's averaging 18 points last season with 4.7 rebounds and 3 assists and 1.6 steals. It really is the main categories that are important and also free throws made. All right. Yes. Atlanta Dreams. Ryan Howard is the first pick for Team Lawrence. Now we've got David on the clock. David Saborin with his Philadelphia Floppers. We did need a heel team in this league, so we got a heel team with David here in honor of his favorite player, Joel. He's got the Philadelphia Floppers. Let's see if he takes Kelsey or if he's going to go bypass her because of her injury. Maybe not. Maybe he will take Kelsey and not care about that or anything. No, he's gone with Arike Boali. All right. Oh, and Alyssa Thompson. No, Alyssa Thompson. These were really quickly done. Fiercey got her pick right away. All right. I am not going to take Kelsey Plum. Who do I like here? I think I'm going to go. Let's go Seattle Storm. It's Jewel Lloyd. I think I'll take Jewel Lloyd. Wait, let me look at the stat there. She's more of a point guard. Yeah, I'll take Jewel Lloyd. I took Jewel Lloyd, and I get to pick again. All right. Well, then on my second pick, I'm going to take um hmm, hmm, I will pick Natasha Howard. I'll go ahead and just go with what they got at the top. So I got Jewel Lloyd and Natasha Howard from Dallas. Now we got Fiercey back on the clock. Let's see which way she goes as far as things. We're still Kelsey Plum sitting right there. Everybody's going to diss her. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Fiercey went and got Candace Parker. That's really smart, actually. Candace is awesome. And she's a legend. And yeah, dipping a little deep, but you know what? I don't blame you. That's a name. That is somebody who's a WNBA legend. And you want to have somebody fun on your team. Candace Parker is a good choice. All right, David's up next. And I see that now it's putting it on auto. Okay, so it made you pick auto, Monique. You were picking Kelsey. You took Kelsey automatically. So everybody who didn't get in there and get there, you gotta be quick, Monique. It's showing that you're on auto draft right now. So you may need to go in the draft room and turn off auto draft, and then you can figure it out. Courtney Vandersloot is the pick by Cool Cat. Very cool. That seems like that's a choice of a favorite player. Courtney Vandersloot's a good player. Let's see what Tom's doing with his second pick now. Yeah, if you're on auto pick, you need to check in, and then it'll allow you to pick it instead of auto pick. In the corner, Monique, in the draft window, it has a little thing that says auto pick with a little thing next to it. Turn it off, and then you can make the pick yourself if you're on the draft window. So let's see, who is that? Easy Magbegor is picked by Tom Duke with the next pick. Marina Mabry getting picked by MK. Elena, okay, they're going quick because they're auto right now. We see they're just running right through them because everybody's on auto who isn't here right now. So they're going to have to be happy with the team they get. Okay, MK's on the clock and it just stopped. Yeah, lots of players just got picked in like 5 seconds, real quick there. Pretty cool stuff. All right, the top pick right now is Chelsea Gray of the Las Vegas Aces. We also have Kalia Copper, who played in the game here last week and absolutely killed it for the Chicago Sky. A big reason why the Sky won on Saturday here in Toronto was Kalia Copper. Alicia Gray of the Atlanta Dream is also there. We got Nelissa Smith of the Indiana team, Ariel Atkins of Washington Mystics, and Cheyenne Parker of the Atlanta Dream also. These are the top players in the draft projected right now. So let's see what happens. In this league, I don't know how much position matters as much just because of, they're all forwards or guards. So there's not a lot of specialty to the position. So you don't need to necessarily think too hard about filling position needs on your team because these players can actually kind of play either guard or forward, and there's really no center spot. So Monique, you're on the clock. You're going to have to get back in there into the draft room and turn off auto pick because it's going to zap up your pick real quick. Cool Cat, can I ask you to please maybe take your time on your pick just to allow Monique to try and get into the room? Maybe just eat your time up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, Cool Cat knows her players. I know. I love it. I love seeing who you guys are picking. Let's see. Just realized there's only 36 games in the WNBA season. That's right, Tom. It's not going to be for very long. There's going to be like 11 weeks, and then we'll do the playoffs. And in the playoff rounds, we have 8 teams in the playoffs. So most of the 10 teams will be involved in the playoffs. All right, it went auto pick and took Alicia Gray of Atlanta for Monique. Just so you know, Monique, you got to just get into the room and turn off the auto pick. It's up in the left corner. It says pick queue and it says auto pick. And you just need to move that little thing over and it will stop because it's not showing you in the room with us. Let's see. I'm on the clock. It's me right now. Okay. We'll see. Who am I going to pick? No. You know what? I'm going to take Diana Taurasi. I know she's awesome for the Phoenix Mercury. Let me see who I should take next. There's that number 1 draft pick, Aaliyah Boston. I don't know if I want to go with the first timer. I liked Courtney Williams on Saturday. I saw her play in that WNBA game in Canada. I'm going to take Courtney Williams. I've got a lot of guards, it looks like. I feel like I have a lot of guards. Maybe I need to go get more forwards. I don't know. I was just saying, maybe I don't need to worry about positional needs, but maybe I do. Maybe I do need more forwards right now. All right. I like it. I'm starting to like my team, the way it's forming. I like having Diana Taurasi. That's a legend right there. I love it. Let's see. Tom does not know his players. Okay. But Cool Cat does. This is good. You liked the player you picked because it's Seattle. That's a good way to do it. And Fiercey just picked Dewana Bonner. Yes. Good stuff. Yeah, I see that from Connecticut Suns. Okay, Boston just got picked by Cool Cat. That's very cool. And Cheyenne Parker went to Monique's team. So it's going to go really fast. Like there is a part of the draft that'll go super fast because none of them are here as far as Edmund, Bradley, and Gerald. Those 3 teams are not actually in the draft room. So they're going to go really quick, right through. So MK, you'll pick, and then it'll come right back to you after Tom makes his selection here. Let's see who we got in the top picks that are available. Tiffany Hayes of Connecticut Sun is off the board now, as far as Tom Duke has taken Tiffany Hayes. Now MK is on the clock with her decision. We'll have to see where MK goes. Satu Sabali of the Dallas. What team is that called? Dallas. What is their team name? I don't even remember. Dallas's team. And then Azura Stevens of the LA Sparks. And then we got Sophie Cunningham of the Phoenix Mercury are as top players that are available. Let's see how this goes with this turn here. They're just coming right off the board really fast, right around to MK once again. MK once again on the clock really quickly, runs right around to her. Let's see. Kayla McBride of the Minnesota Lynx is now the top pick. Also, Diamond Miller, both from the Lynx. There's Kia Nurse, our friend from TSN broadcast, and also I believe she has been hurt. She was hurt last season, so she's going to be returning from her. Okay, Tom went and got Kia Nurse. That was probably a pick, very favored pick. All right, and Monique is taking Elizabeth Williams, a center out of I'm not even sure what team that is. And David's on the clock now. Kayla McBride still on the board. Derica Hamby of the Los Angeles Sparks right there. We got a couple of interesting names right around there. Let's see who gets picked next by David. David Saborin. Is he going to get the female version of Joel Embiid on his team? I don't know. I don't know who that would be. I wonder who's the biggest flopper in the WNBA. I wonder. I wonder if they asked the WNBA players if they would tell them who the biggest flopper is. They probably would. They probably would say who it is. All right, let's keep going. Tommaso Ducarelli. That's right. Nameless is in the house. Good to see Nameless. You had to pick Kia. That's cool. I like that you got Kia Nurse, Tom Duke. We all want to have some sort of player that we kind of know. Like I have Diana. That is really on purpose because I know who she is. Cool Cat's picking some really cool players. All right, I'm on the clock. I've got to choose. I saw this player this weekend, Minnesota Lynx, Jessica Shepard. She was a force down there near the basket, eating up rebounds. I needed to afford. I'm gonna get Jessica first. And you know what? I don't know if I want to double up on my Minnesota Lynx. Should I get another one? Should I go ahead and get Kayla McBride? Yeah, you know what? I will. I'm going to get another Minnesota Lynx. It looks like I'm starting to load up on Lynx players. Yeah, so we're getting through this pick. We got only let's see. I don't know how many rounds there are. We'll just see how it goes. It'll be over at some point, I'm sure. I hope it's over at some point. We'll be drafting all day. Let's see. Jordan Canada is going to be yours. Jordan Canada. You like that name. You like that name, Jordan Canada. So nobody picked Jordan Canada. Well, if it gets around to you, maybe David will pick Jordan Canada just to mess you up, Tom. You can't give your strategy away mid picks, Tom. You might lose your draft person. There it goes. Cool Cat took Jordan Canada. Sorry, Tom. Denied. That's the first block of the season right there. Jordan Canada going to Cool Cat's team. MK's on the clock. Let's see what happens. Are y'all having fun? This is fun, isn't it? And even if it's really fast paced and crazy, maybe a little stressful, but at least it's fun. It's very, very fun. I love it. Oh, Monique, please get in if you can. But your team will be fine either way. Let's see. They're going quick again. This is on that crazy turn where everybody pulls a bunch of names off the board really fast. Look at that. All of them going off, and now back to MK once again. Let's see. Erica Wheeler of Indiana's WNBA team is the top prospect at this point. We got Maddie Segrist, Maureen Johannes, and Christy Wallace. Right now, the top picks. Monique Billings of the Atlanta Dream at forward also. Some of those the best names according to the rankings of ESPN for players. But yeah, it looks like we're getting our teams filled up. We'll have to see what happens here. No, 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 no. Yeah, there's 12 NBA WNBA teams. There's 12 WNBA teams at this point. So, all right, let's see. They're going quick. Here's a Cool Cat on the board on the clock. Now Monique. Oh, Cool Cat took Han Zhu, the center for the New York Liberty. She's very tall. I saw a little bit about her. Very, very interesting player. Cool player to pick. Cool Cat. I love that. You're really making a very interesting team, Cool Cat. I really, really like your team in some ways. It's cool. And I like Tom's too because he's got Kia Nurse and Brittany Griner. So that's very cool. All right, David, where are you going here? Maybe Mercedes Russell is a flopper. She's a center for the Seattle Storm. She is hurt right now, it looks like. But, who knows? Maybe she's going to be back and playing real quick. That's the kind of thing you got to think about with, she's really good talent. She's just a little bit lower just because of her injury right now in the draft rankings. So we'll have to see. We will have to see. Tom Duke has got the Maple Leafs out. He's laughing at Cool Cat for stealing Canada from him. All right, I'm on the clock. It's my turn. All right, who do I want? I don't know if I want anybody who's hurt. I'll go ahead and take Monique Billings at the top. And I will go ahead. Ooh, that's a cool name, Queen Egbo. I'm going to take Queen. Yeah, Indiana Fever center, Queen Egbo. Yeah, why not? Let's go. Let's go. Oh, there's Lexi Brown of the LA Sparks. I know that player kind of. We also got Rebecca Gardner of Chicago Sun, Victoria Vivians of the Indiana Fever, Stephanie Dolson, New York Liberty, Nia Coffey, who is actually injured right now, forward for Atlanta Dream. It's too bad. We don't have. We need, sometimes you need practice. Where's your pick? That was your pick, dude. Somebody took your pick, bro. I think I took your pick. You wanted Queen. Yeah, sorry, bro. Sorry, man. That's the first block I've got this season, blocking David from getting that pick. Yeah, that's just how it goes. I'm sorry, man. All right, let's see. Monique's got Mercedes Russell, the center for Seattle. Lexi Brown going to Cool Cat. Good pick there. Let's see what MK does here. We are, I have no idea who some of these players are. This is gonna be good. I'm really gonna learn them. Okay, we got Tom Duke's taking Gabby Williams, and now MK's on the clock right now. We'll see how things go in this turn, and everybody's gonna get their picks real fast, and it'll be back to MK again real fast. Yeah, I think this is going pretty good. You never can tell with these kind of drafts, like where we're going. It snakes. It goes back and forth. It goes the order from Nako to me, and then I start the second round, and Nako's the last one. So it flips. It goes. It's a snake. Snake. Tiffany Mitchell going to Scarborough Sizzle. That's a fantastic pick. She was really good in the game on Saturday for Minnesota. Tiffany Mitchell. That's a good pick. That is a good pick right there. MK picking again. Let's see. Oh wait, that was who took that? Scarborough Sizzle. That's Edmund. Edmund took Tiffany Mitchell. Okay, on auto pick. All right. Well, let's see what happens here. We've got I don't know how many more rounds. Round 9 of 10. Okay, we only got 2 more picks, y'all. This pick, and then there's one more round after this. So we'll be done with the draft pretty soon, and then we can get back to regular business. Maybe talk a little bit about the team we got and how you feel about it. Whatever. We'll do that kind of stuff. We'll see how we feel about the team. Na, 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 na. All right, I got a good balance. I've got 4 guards and 3 forwards and 1 center. So maybe I should get 1 more guard and 1 more center, or 1 more forward and 1 more center. If I get another center, that's fine too. Okay, MK's taking Amanda Zui of Washington. Now Tom's on the clock. West Coast Raptors on the clock. Let's see what Tom does. Las Vegas, Rikina Williams, Tom, maybe. Jordan Horston, I don't know. Kayla Thornton is the choice. And Cool Cat is getting for her second to last pick. Letitia Amahir, yes, the Canadian on a Cool Cat's team. She really has done her homework and gotten the player from down below. Ooh, I see a player I saw on Saturday that I think I might get. I really am biased by this Canada game from Saturday. Being there in person and learning some of those players, I really am showing a tendency to draft Minnesota Lynx players right now. Well, that couldn't be worse. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're a good team. I think they're a pretty good team. I think they're right in the middle of the pack. All right, let's see what David's doing here. Maybe he's going to take one of those Minnesota players because I just said that. He's going to try and block me back. No, he took Danielle Robinson of the Atlanta Dream. All right, I'm on. I'm going to go ahead and take. Oh, wait, I'm on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and take Rachel Banham. She was bombing threes. All right, and then I'll take for my last pick. I'm getting my last pick. I guess I could kind of dig deep and just see if there's anybody. You know what? I'll go and take Bridget. I'll go ahead and take Bridget Carlton, Canadian, just to make sure she gets drafted. All right, and let's see what the last picks are. I've got my team now. Yay! I've got my whole entire team. Lots of links on my team. Holy crap! I probably got like 5 links players. That's not a bad thing. I don't mind that. Na, na, na. No, 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 no. Fiercey is on the clock. Why did it just tell me that? Like, I want to see all the players still. Just because I finished, doesn't mean I don't want to see what they're doing. All right, we'll have to see how people feel about their teams very, very soon. Yeah, since there's like the last pick, you can dig down and see if there's anybody that you like that may not have been near the top of the selections in the queue. That's why I went and got Bridget Carlton because she probably would have got drafted or maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to see how things go. Yeah, I think I like my team. I think I like it. I don't know. I'll have to look at it a little closer, go over how I feel about it. Fiercey is using that clock. Let's see what Fiercey thinks with the very last pick. I guess this is an important one, so it's good to kind of take your time and think about it. No, 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 no. Veronica Burton is the choice of the Dallas team. Dallas, what is the team? David taking his last pick now. Let's see what he says. Nikolina Milic and Monique's getting Michaela Onyenwere. And Crystal Bradford is Cool Cat's last pick from the LA Sparks. Let's see what Tom's deciding here. And then MK. And then we'll pretty much be done because those other teams will be auto picks. And Gerald was like, when we start the draft at 10:10, and the draft will end right at 10:10. Watch. Sue Bird, Tom, Sue Bird retired last season. Tom, she's not playing this year, Tom. She is retired. She retired last year. They made a big deal out of it, Tommy. So, you can have her on there just for fun, but you're not going to get any stats from her, just so you know. She did retire. I don't know why they even put her on here. Is she going to like make some sort of like, I'm out of retirement and come back out? And then Tom will have her dibs on her all of a sudden because he already drafted her. I don't know. I don't know if that's highly possible. I think she's pretty much done. When she's done, she's done. But who knows? Maybe that bird will fly back into the league. Who knows? Who knows? All right, last pick for MK. And then we'll have 3 auto picks real fast, 100 picks altogether. 10 teams, 10 picks, 100 players. That's who got selected today in the Raptorsfreak WNBA Fantasy Draft. Going down right now. I think I like my team. I got a lot of Minnesota players, Minnesota Lynx. I got Diana Taurasi. Yeah, I like my kind of and once again, we can make trades. If you guys want to make trades at some point, okay, there we go. There goes the last picks real fast right there. Bam, here we go, y'all. Let's see, how many links did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I only got 4 out of the 10. So I have 10 players and 4 of them are Minnesota Lynx. Okay, that's all right. I don't mind that at all. All right, I hope people are happy with their teams and good luck to everybody. So in the first week of the schedule, let's see who the matchups are. The matchups for the first week of the schedule will be I am playing against Tom Duke, West Coast Raptor team. Gerald will be playing. Oh, hang on. That's not what I want to look at. He will be looking at playing. Why don't they just show me the whole schedule for everybody so I can look at who's playing who? Okay. I don't really know the interface on here totally. So. Okay, the first week will be Tom versus me, Edmund versus Gerald, Bradley versus David, Fiercey versus Monique, and Cool Cat versus MK. So that will be the first week schedule. Those are your opponents for the first week of the season. So all your stats will only be up against that person. And if you outdo them in all the stat categories, you win the point for that category. That's basically how this league works with head to head. Is we have 7 stat categories. You want to win 4 out of the 7 stat categories against the one other team in collecting the stats this week. And whoever has more in that stat gets that point for that stat category. And there's 7 stat categories. So if you win 4 of the stat categories, you won for the week. Basically, that's how it works. So there you go. All right, let's see what Tom's saying on here. He doesn't trust his GM abilities. I want to go through these comments just a little bit here and see what y'all are saying. Okay. Fun exercise. See how Masai and Bobby operate now. Yeah, Fiercely. It's not as hectic, and maybe they take a little bit more time. Maybe they get they do way more homework ahead of time also than we probably did. But yeah, this is a little bit like it, I guess, in some ways, for sure. Tom's saying, I got a legend, Sue Bird. Well, there you go. Sorry. Yeah, you might have to drop her. She retired, bro. First lesson. It's all good, Tom. I know Duke came and took the NBA fantasy league from you. You were so beating everybody all year, and then he came and took it right at the end. Well, let's see this shortened season. Maybe you can sprint out and get it. Yeah, I think you did all right, Monique, even on auto draft. I mean, this is the kind of situation where the players, you're going to get the good players no matter what with auto draft on there. I'm sure that the guys who didn't show up, like Gerald and Bradley and Edmund, who were on auto draft, are hopefully be happy with their team. It's really just about setting up your roster for the week and kind of position them in the right places when they're playing on those days. I don't think there's any limit to how many you can play. So it really is fill the team in if they're playing that night and then get as many people playing at all times. I don't think that there's any minimums like there were in the other leagues. So you can just play. I just did drop her. Okay. TNT Crew spoke on Ja Morant. Okay, I want to talk about some of the comments yesterday. Infamous in particular had some really interesting comments, and I totally agree with him. I'm not like, I don't want you guys to think that I'm coming down on Ja Morant unfairly. In some ways, I'm not coming down on him for the gun. I'm coming down on him for the behavior and the reasoning that he said that he wouldn't do it anymore, and he lied to them. I'm coming down on them for not making the league look good and kind of hurting the league in general. Now, I love JJ Redick's point from yesterday, talking about on First Take. Well, where is all the criticism of the politicians with the holiday cards, with their families with guns? Where's the criticism of all these other places with the people that are promoting gun culture also? And I completely agree with JJ Redick. He's exactly right. But in some ways, they're not in the position of Ja Morant. As far as he is a person who works for a big, huge corporation, gets paid a ton of money and is a public figure like they are. They're public figures too, but they're not beholden to something like the NBA above them, which sucks. I wish they were, Greg Abbott and all these idiot gun-toting politicians, because they're horrible role models too. And they should be criticized and put down also for their behavior, just like Ja has. So it's not that they're exempt. It's just I don't know how to get at them. And I'm talking about NBA stuff. In some ways, I wish we could just really criticize and come after these people in certain ways for promoting gun culture like this. But I love your point, JJ, and I love Stephen A's afterwards. You guys are all exactly right. And it is what it is. The league has to make an example of them, though, because if we just normalize that kind of behavior with guns, it's in some ways the NBA is kind of like sets the tone for society with social morals and mores. And if they start loosening their stance on guns about this, they're saying, oh well, if it's no big deal, and then it gets worse and worse, society will decline. Because in some ways the NBA is a leader. If we watch and see what happened with the pandemic, the NBA very much was the leader in reacting to it. And the whole rest of the world kind of followed because, holy crap, this is a big deal because the NBA is shutting down and doing this. So we have to be wary of this. The NBA has political power and wields a huge amount of influence. And that's why if they're like Ja Morant, okay, we don't care. Go ahead and do that. If they normalize that behavior, that's part of the decline of civilization. That they don't want to do that. They're trying to be beacons of hope and justice and equality and all the good woke things and things that are important, for positive society. And that's part of it also, is that in some ways they're upholding us from just dragging into some weird barbaric time. So it's like, thank you, Adam Silver, for taking this stand and publicly doing this, because we don't need this, our society going more and more in a violent direction. And that's part of why I think it's important. And I love the TNT guys talking about it last night too. They each had their own very emotional way of putting it and why they feel the way they do. Charles Barkley, very, very passionate, and he really understands. He's like, look, you're not just messing with, your livelihood and your career. In some ways, you could be messing with the whole entire league and its revenue and a lot of people's jobs other than you, Ja Morant. And I don't know if he actually looks at it from that wide perspective, other than just his own selfish self. That some things that he does could affect people not watching the NBA, and that's not good. We don't want that. We don't want that kind of stuff. Yeah. Let's see. That other pool was fun for sure. I like my teams. Fiercely saying, "All right, I like that. I like that y'all are like your team." And we'll have to see how this goes. I think it's gonna be really fun. I haven't played a head-to-head league in a long time, so you can really, maybe we'll have some trash talk between teams. Like Tom Duke, you're going down. Week number one, Tom Duke, you're going down against Team Raptor Freak, Team West Coast Raptors. Yeah, you're going down. I'm coming at you. And we'll see. Let's see the matchups already. I can look at them right now. Chelsea Gray versus Jewel Lloyd. That's right. Let's go, West Coast Raptors. Yeah, we're gonna have a good game there and good fun stuff. All right, now take some time today to get familiar with the interface of the website, and then you can be able to find all the bells and whistles, the ways you can like set your roster, the ways you can add and drop players, the ways that you can go and see how the stats are collected after tomorrow night when they play the first couple games, and you can kind of see how it all works over the next couple days. I'm a beginner, just like y'all are with this. It's the first time I've ever played WNBA, so it is going to be new for all of us. So it's going to be fun. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm glad, Monique. I'm glad you sent me the draft names early. Yeah, well, I'm excited about getting more into draft mindset soon. I want to get familiar with some of the very realistic names that could be around 13. I don't know if Grady Dick is going to actually be in our range. Now, there is an interesting rumor going around right now that Portland's interested in shopping their third pick. One of the teams they're talking about is trading with us and trading the third pick to Toronto for somebody like Pascal Siakam. That's who the Blazers fans want. They want to pair Siakam with Dame Lillard, and they don't value this third pick in their franchise right now. Well, a lot of Raptor fans are really into the idea of taking that third pick and trying to get Scoot Henderson and putting him with Scotty Barnes. Now, I don't know about that. That's crazy. In some ways, Shev has already came out and said he does not think you should trade Pascal Siakam for a draft pick. And in a lot of ways, I agree with him. But there is a bit of noise about this kind of move. And it really is one of these situations where Masai and Bobby got to look at what the opportunity is, because Portland does not want to use this pick. They don't want to draft somebody young because Dame Lillard wants to win now. So they may use this draft pick, the third pick, to leverage getting somebody who will help them win now with Dame Lillard on his timeline, and not a young person that they're going to have to wait to come around and stuff like that. So we have to pay an attention to what Portland does with their draft pick, because they are interested in talking to us about something here. So we'll have to see what Masai and Bobby, whether they're opportunists of Portland's decision to not want to have this pick. We could be higher in the draft after all. And all these knuckleheads have been upset about us not being higher in the draft will be quiet. But at what cost? Will it be Siakam? I don't necessarily like that at all. But there's a lot of rumors and murmurs about this right now. Maybe it's not Siakam specifically. Maybe it's another one of those guys. Now, Portland fans telling Toronto Raptors Nation, shut up about Shaden Sharp. They said they feel how the Oklahoma City Thunder fan feels when Raptors fans are coveting one of their superstars like SGA. They're very, very protective of Sharp, and they want us to stop talking about him coming to Toronto. That's what the Portland fans are saying right now. It's very interesting. Let's see. Bring it, Punk. Yeah, you come on, Tom, dude. Let's go. Let's go. DR is your coach. I can really do that Home Alone face really good. When I was younger, I could really do it because I had the Macaulay face. Monique's saying, I don't like the idea for Pascal to do that. Yeah, I don't necessarily like it either. I don't think we need to do that move, but it would be a weird shakeup, and it would be very kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't really like Scoot Henderson. I know a lot of people are big on him, but I saw him play, and I wasn't that impressed. To me, he seems like he's an athletic hype. What I mean is he's a player that has all kinds of athletic gifts, and he's really impressive for like some of the things he can do with his body and physically. But I don't know if he's exactly a good player. Like, I didn't get the impression that he's a winning player. It's more like he's a very good athlete, and he's fun to see do really like twisty, turny kind of things. He's maybe like a guy who's really good for ESPN highlights, but maybe not good for championships, is what I'm saying. That's just my initial impression of him. That's how I felt about him when I saw him a few times in the last year, G League Ignite, playing against 905, because he wasn't even that impressive on the G League level last year to me. So in some ways, I'm not as enamored or wanting to get Scoot Henderson so bad that I give up Siakam. Yeah, no, I'm not with that because there's no like guarantees with Scoot Henderson. There really isn't. People may think, oh, that all translates to the NBA, but it doesn't necessarily, in some ways. I may eat my words and he may be absolutely fantastic, like the next coming of Russell Westbrook. But for some reason, I have a weird feeling about him that he's fool's gold. That if anybody from this draft coming up is a sure thing, it's Victor. But the other guys, you never know. In fact, I value Leonard Miller so much right now. Oh my gosh, if we can figure out a way to get Leonard Miller in a Toronto Raptors jersey. In fact, if we pick Leonard Miller at 13, I know people are saying we need a shooter, we need another kind of scorer or something like that. In some ways, I'm like, just get Leonard Miller. I know it's doubling down on our Vision 6'9" kind of stuff and the athletics and stuff like that, but I don't know why. There's something about Leonard Miller that's very attractive to me. Yeah. Trevor J saying, so they want to win now, and also we want to win now. So why should we give up our good player for a draft pick? That is so stupid. Don't agree with that at all. Okay, so it's not getting a good reception from people like Monique and Trevor. So I'm with you. I'm with you guys on this. I mean, just because they want this to happen doesn't mean we need to help them. So I think I'm with you guys too. But the opportunity is out there, and Masai's probably really mulling it over. Who knows? Cool Cat saying, yep, I don't like Scoot Henderson. Lack of fundamentals. It's like a lot of flash and maybe not right enough a dash, in some ways. There's something about him that I just don't necessarily like. There's also a little bit of a weird ego thing in the one game I saw against the 905 this year. He had to leave the court and he had a really weird, like, it was really weird when he left. I think he got thrown out of the game actually, and he got in trouble for something. Cool Cat saying, yes, I would value Leonard Miller over Scoot. Masai said he is not rebuilding. We are retooling. There you go. Scotty's the baby boy at the bottom of the pile. It's not Scoot Henderson. We don't want to add, some people are saying, well, add more youth to the team, more youth to the team. No, we need to get some more age on our team because we need more experience and we need to know what we're doing a little bit better. So, yeah. MK saying Scoot is going to prove you guys wrong. She may be right. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just getting my initial, like, you kind of have a gut reaction, or like from my years of watching NBA, I get a feel for a player. I'm like, oh, he's kind of this kind of player. I see what's going on here. I mean, he is still undersized and he may be very quick and he may be a very dogged defender, but he still has people the ability to shoot over him. In some ways, that's something you can't, I know size is a weird thing, like 6'4" versus 6'8". There's a lot of it difference. There's a difference. Cool Cat saying, I saw Scoot Henderson play against Wemby and he let the hype get to his head. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what to believe. Well, we'll have to see. In some ways, I just want to steer clear of him. And I'm with these guys that's saying, no, we don't want to trade Pascal to get the third pick. That's in some ways, it seems kind of ridiculous to me in some ways. All right, so we're just coming up on an hour. I want to just make sure I recap real quick. Good job by the Miami Heat last night beating the Boston Celtics. Fantastic stuff. The refs for tonight, Tony Brothers, David Guthrie, and Brian Forte. Tony Brothers favors the Nuggets. Meanwhile, Guthrie and Forte both favor the Lakers. We'll have to see how that all shakes out. Maybe the Nuggets will just play really strong and they'll just win anyway. I think their home court is really helping them in this playoff series with the Lakers. But yeah, good stuff there. I'm hearing lists of different coaches that other teams that have openings are interviewing, and they're not the same list as us, which is good in some ways. That means there's a diversification of different teams having different interests and different candidates that maybe don't totally cross over with our candidate list exactly. So it's good. Hopefully, we'll see how it all sorts out when the first hiring happens and see if things kind of fall in place in that order. There's a really dumb article on ESPN yesterday ranking the open coaching jobs in the NBA, and they put us at the bottom of the list underneath Detroit. And I was like, what the hell? They think that the Detroit job is more attractive than the Toronto job. ESPN, they're putting out that bullshit right now. I don't get that because in some ways we're kind of similar, but not really, because they were at the absolute bottom of the league and we were right in the middle. So, if they're going by this basis, oh, okay, Cunningham will come back and it'll pump them up. They didn't win the Wemby sweepstakes. In fact, they got the 5th pick. That's not good. I don't know. They're just trying to slight us. Kevin Pelleton. So screw you, Kevin Pelleton. We are a better job than them. I can get behind you maybe saying Milwaukee and Phoenix are more attractive. Philadelphia may be debatable. that we may be actually better than the Philadelphia job also. But yeah, we're definitely better than the Pistons job. And that's a real slight to us, honestly, that they did that. That is kind of messed up. Mike saying, W stream, I had to purge my comp. I ran out of memory. Okay, Mike. Mike telling us what's going on. He had to purge his computer. All right, I got a minute to go. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up. Thanks for watching our fantasy WNBA draft today. I hope everybody who's playing is happy with your team. Go do some more research and learn your players. And we'll watch some WNBA games. And you'll have a vested interest because you have players playing. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll be back tomorrow with a Friday Freakout. I don't know what the topic will be, but I'm sure I'll find out one this afternoon of some sort. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. And thanks for joining the Raptor Freak WNBA Fantasy League. Hopefully, we all enjoyed. Of course, we'll figure out what the prize will be by the end of it. So there will be a prize for the champion. There always is a prize. Van Hoot saying, what's the fantasy league? You're too late, Van Hoot. I told you to join 2 days ago. The draft is over. You want to go look at the league? Is that what you want to do? You want to look at the league? I'll post the link in the bottom if anybody wants to go look at our league. I don't know if you can look at it if you're not involved in it, though. All right, let's go Raptors.